This commitment, taken after half a decade of living and having made a home together, is made to honor each other in full view of their most important friends and relations. It represents a promise to love, support, and care for each other in perpetuity. To support each other through the best of times, the worst of times, and those more common moments, through the ordinary and the extraordinary. We will now be serving up some delicious poetry for your listening pleasure. A few folks will be reading some poems for the soon-to-be newlyweds. First, we have May Rowland.
May happiness pursue you, catch you often, and, should it lose you, be waiting ahead, making a clearing for you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Next, we'll have Katie Stones.
If I Had the World to Give, written by Robert Hunter. If I had the world to give, I'd give it to you. Long as you live, would you hold it all in your arms? If I had a song to sing, I'd sing it to you. As long as you live, lullaby or maybe a plain serenade, wouldn't you laugh, dance, and cry? I may not have the world to give to you, but maybe I have a tune or two. Only if you let me be your world, could I ever give this world to you. But I will give what love I have to give, long as I live. If I had a star to give, I'd give it to you. Long as you live, would you have the time to watch it shine? Or ask for the moon in heaven too, I'd give it to you.
And now Beowulf's dad, Adam, is going to say some words.
Be a momentary pause while I get my notes. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love that alters when it alteration finds or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no. It is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is a star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. And that's William Shakespeare, of course.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
Mazzy, you're up next.
For Keeps by Joy Harjo. Sun makes the day new. Tiny green plants emerge from earth. Birds are singing the sky into place. There is nowhere else I want to be but here. I lean into the rhythm of your heart to see where it will take us. We gallop into a warm southern wind. I link my legs to yours and we ride together. Where have you been, they ask, and what has taken you so long? That night, after eating, singing, and dancing, we lay together under the stars. We know ourselves to be part of mystery. It is unspeakable, it is everlasting, it is for keeps.
Thank you, Mazzy. Okay, now from this side, we have Carson with some beautiful words.
Praise the rain, the seagull dive, the curl of plant, the raven talk. Praise the hurt, the house slack, the stand of trees, the dignity. Praise the dark, the moon cradle, the sky fall, the bear sleep. Praise the mist, the warrior name, the earth eclipse, the fired leap. Praise the backwards, upward sky, the baby cry, the spirit food. Praise canoe, the fish rush, the hole for frog, the upside down. Praise the day, the cloud cup, the mind flat, forget it all. Praise crazy, praise sad, praise the path on which we're led, praise the roads on earth and water, praise the eater and the eaten, praise beginnings, praise the end, praise the song and praise the singer, praise the rain, it brings more rain, praise the rain, it brings more rain. And for you, Kela and Beowulf, praise love, it brings more love.
That was very heavy. Thank you, Carson. And finally, our last speaker is going to be Marin.
Mark.
Mark, that's fine. Sorry. I wasn't going to correct you. You spoke with confidence. So Kela read a poem at my wedding, and she described herself as that bitch who was going to read a poem at a wedding. So I actually don't have a poem for this wedding. I have the definition of a word. So I'm going to be that bitch who reads the definition of a word. And this is a lesson that it's taken me a long time to learn. Sorry. But it's one that seems to come naturally to you guys. So, courage is what love looks like when tested by the simple, everyday necessities of being alive. From the inside, it can feel like confusion. Only slowly do we learn what we really care about and allow our outer life to be realigned in that gravitational pull. With maturity, that robust vulnerability comes to feel like the only necessary way forward, the only real invitation, and the surest, safest ground from which to step. On the inside, we come to know who and what and how we love, and what we can do to deepen that love. Only from the outside, and only by looking back, does it look like courage.
Thank you, Mark, and everybody who spoke. These readings showcase this community's love and support for Kela and Beowulf. It is so special to hear their love reflected back to them through the words and hearts of their loved ones. Thanks again to those who shared. Now, Kela and Beowulf will be sharing their sacred vows and their pinky promises to each other in the presence of this wonderful gathering. Here you go. Kela, you have to go first.
Do you hold this while you? Do you know that I love you? I ask you this question often. At first glance, it may seem to be that of an anxious lover, one who questions if their affections aren't big enough, good enough, enough. Well, this may be true, as you know that I'm not one to hide my anxieties under lock and key. I want to tell you something now. I ask you this because with each passing day, month, and year, my love for you changes. It strengthens from the new adventures we share, memories just beginning to formulate, like kernels on a young ear of corn. It deepens. It deepens when we work collaboratively to bring about change in our lives. All relationships transform as they mature. I have experienced this with my close friends and my family. I find the ebb and flow of these relationships initially daunting, uncertain of what new forms they'll take. Sometimes they implode, sometimes they become more important to you than you ever would have expected. Each requires some amount of attention, otherwise they fade. Ours has required the most amount of my attention of any relationship I've had. It must be tended to with a thoughtfulness and tenderness that I don't always possess. But today, I promise you that I'll continue to strive to cultivate the care and ease. I promise to continue to appear before you with that simple question in hand. It doesn't require an answer, only listening ears and an open heart. And so, Beowulf, as I stand before you ready to take another leap, I ask you a simple question. Do you know that I love you?
Wow, you gotta follow that. Go ahead, Beowulf.
Need a moment after that. Kela? getting better. You've been the most loving, patient, and supportive person in my life. From late mornings with coffee in bed to arduous climbs at mountains, every moment is made better by having you with me. In your eyes, I find comfort, family, and home. You give my life a meaning that could never be replaced. My vow to you is to always be honest, kind, gentle, and brave for you. I vow to support you as you grow throughout your life. Wherever your road leads you is my highest honor that I could have in my life to make you proud. I promise you my love, strength, and loyalty as long as I live. I swear to do my best to show my devotion to you at every opportunity. I love you, Kela, and I'm happier and prouder than any man alive to call you my wife. You are my better angels, and I can't wait to write our story together with you.
My goodness. Thank you. That was amazing, too. They make these vows as a promise of their love and admiration for each other, as we can see. Their path has been a unique one, but places them here now, resolute for this next chapter in their journey. From this day forward, their lives are as two halves to a whole. Okay, and now here at this wicked good ceremony, some bling will be exchanged. As a prize for their amazing vows of love, they will now gift each other some very sweet pins. For Beowulf, an apple tree, to symbolize a commitment to thrive and provide in any circumstance. For Kela, a lilac bush, to symbolize her loving wisdom and steadfastness in all facets of life. These two grew in an old story alongside each other, in presence and absence of everyone and no one, through warm summers and wet winters. By this exchange, may their life together persist the same. Beowulf and Kela, please join hands and recite after me. Beowulf, you first. Want to hold those?
Yeah, you hold it.
With this pin, I give you my heart forever.
With this pin, I give you my heart forever.
Kela, repeat after me. With this pin, I give you my heart forever.
With this pin, I give you my heart forever.
It was with resounding joy that I pronounce this couple married.
Does everybody have either Prosecco or something else to toast with?
Yes.
Yes. Anybody not get it? Because if you don't have it, it's time.
We're good.
All right. And so let the toasting begin.
It's a technical affair. Okay, so I'm Rogers, Kela's father. I've met probably half of you, and I hope to meet the other half before we get out of here. It's wonderful to see you. This is like an experience that's overwhelming for a parent because I've watched Kela grow up, but I don't know what community Kela has grown into, so now I can see that. And it's incredibly gratifying. So I wanted to say a few things, and it involves some notes. I apologize, I'm going to have to read a little bit. But the first thing I wanted to say is that I am very proud of these two young people. I remember Kela as a child who was very aware of other persons and creatures, not just persons, like a more than human thing, and also very fierce. And as a consequence, if some shit went down, you heard about it immediately. And so that's Kela. That's like a really interesting set of qualities, right? And she's an adult now, and she's with you. And Beo, I don't know nearly as much as well, but I think the qualities I would pick for Beo is that he is really ethical. I think his recent escapades with this, whatever this tree is, this oak tree, yeah, right. And the Arborist Award, you know, and then the other quality is that he's really fierce. And so what a combination, holy shit, you know.
She is, for the record, fiercer. I just wanted to...
Well, and so what a combination, yeah. So I just wanted to say that. And now there are some prepared remarks. I apologize for this, but I'm a university professor, you know. That's the way this shit goes. So I've been thinking about some things. And I've got a few things I want to say. One of the things is something that's been very resonant for me in a writer from Tennessee who started writing about horrible things. I would never read those things to you. You may, as this progresses, you may know who this person is. But he eventually moved his writing west. And so he was headed here, you know. And he wrote about the West in a way that was really beautiful. He's known for writing about food, which we just had, in a way that's incredibly moving. And there's something else for me that's like caught me in my whole life. And hopefully I won't fall down when I'm reading this. So let's see, this is about building a life. So I've been thinking about Cormac McCarthy. And I want to bring him forward now. He's a strange guy. Starts in Tennessee, turning his skills to the west. He's headed out this way. So here we are on the edge of the country. So it's a kind of sandwich story about relations across generations. And it's simple, but it rings true to me. And I wanted to share it with you. At the end of No Country for Old Men, that is no ordinary quarter. Sheriff Bell is an old man telling his wife about dreams he's been having about his father. In one of these dreams, Bell's father rides out ahead of him at night and in the snow. They don't speak, but Bell knows his father will make a fire and be waiting for him out there. He says to his wife at the breakfast table. But the second dream, this is Tommy Lee Jones, I can't really. But the second one, the dream, it was like we was both back in the older times, and I was on horseback, going through the mountains of a night, going through this pass in the mountains. It was cold, and there was snow on the ground, and he rode past me and kept on going, never said nothing. He just rode on past, and he had this blanket wrapped around him, and he had his head down, and when he rode past, I seen he was carrying a fire and a horn, the way people used to do, and I could see the horn from the light inside of it, about the color of the moon. And in the dream, I knew he was going on ahead, and that he was fixing to make a fire somewhere out there in all that dark and all that cold, and I knew that whenever I got there, he would be there. And then I woke up. So being a father takes a whole lifetime, and it changes you. But across it all, I hope there's this ethic, a kind of right life that is like carrying fire. I can feel it from my parents, but I had to get a lot older to recognize the through line. In this dream that we're living, Kela, I hope you can feel it also. For McCarthy, it comes up again in the road. I apologize. Full of darkness. We don't live in that darkness yet, and I hope we never will. But now the boy and his father have that little talk that Bill did not have with his father. Says the father, "You have to carry the fire." "I don't know how to." "Yes, you do." "Is the fire real?" "The fire? Yes, it is." "Where is it?" "I don't know where it is." "Yes, you do. It's inside you. It always was there. I can see it." So this is what I'm thinking about. I can see the fire in you, Kela, and in you, Beo. More than that, as I've watched you become a community here, but before here, with the friends you all have, you're all carrying some fire. Wherever our world is headed, you're going to need it, and you're going to need each other. That, I think, is what a marriage does. It keeps a fire going, carries it forward, not just for two people, but for a community. It was so for Karin and me, and a bunch of people who made our community with us are here tonight. Some couldn't come. With all my love and whatever the fire making I've got left, I ask you to carry it on. I love you both.
Cesar spent the most time with him right after Kela, and I just want to vouch for him. Not that he needs vouching for, but he is extremely ethical and fierce, and those qualities are super important to what we do. And he talks about Kela all the time. First thing on Monday, this is what we got out to, all these cool adventures and projects, and less thing. When we leave, like, we'll probably go, check out for some historic orchards or whatever, that they're gonna have a party. It's a whole community thing, and it's also like a model type relationship thing. One of the funnier changes since Beowulf got to work with us, we used to be just this kind of feral crew, just, ungodly shenanigans. But now we always have to be back from the road on Wednesday, because that's the date night. With Kela. It doesn't matter, what the production go. We get things done, but it just doesn't matter. The date night has to happen. Responding to some emergencies or storms or something, I could just kind of stay on the road and, that's me, but it's like start stitching gotta go back to Kela. So just wanted to put it out there, I think true love is one in, a couple of dozen in my experience, and I've been around the block, This is one, and it's just, there's nothing more beautiful, it's a miracle.
Many years ago, when I was raising these children, this one in particular, the one who was just married, the male one, I had lots of plans and dreams. All parents do, and I envisioned him eventually being chairman of the board of IBM, maybe, or a senator. Little, trivial things like that. But I tried to impress on both of them, and on him, of course. I repeated endlessly till they were probably sick and tired of hearing it. No matter what you wind up doing, I want you to remember the 4 things that seem to me to matter, and they are that you be brave, honest, and gentle, and kind. Lo and behold, without any coaching, what did this guy say when he read this statement? He remembered them, everybody. Let's hear it. I've never been so proud of my goddamn life.
Yes.
Cheers to that.
Yes.